What's up, guys? This is Darren DeFilo here, and today I want to talk to you about how I landed a six-figure client. So guys, I know as videographers or content creators or just somebody just starting out with video, really want to know how to make money. And one way is to have a client that agrees to a content retainer. I was fortunate enough to land a client with a huge content retainer, and this really developed a lot through relationship. So let's go through the 5 steps that I took to get this content retainer. So for number 1, I offered to work with this client just for promo. Years down the line, me and this client, we worked together. They had a bigger following than me, especially on Instagram. And I did a lot of work for them just to get promo for my business, promo for me as an individual, for people to see what I'm doing, or just for people to see my work in general. So we did a lot of work back then, just continuing to do work, and anytime they called, I was available to come and help them and do some work for some promotions. They'll, tag me in all the videos that I've done for them. And I got, some clientele here and there from that, but no matter how big or small the clients were that came from that, I still just continue to, be available for this individual and be more of service to them because that's what they needed. They weren't coming out with any money out their pocket. All they would do is pretty much post me on their page or post a video that I've done for them on their page and tag me. That's how we actually started to build a relationship. What did they want? How their personality was. What did they want for their business? Just continue to, do that over some time, and we just built a good relationship. And speaking of relationship, this segues into the second point. I really did build a great relationship with this client. So from just doing business videos, it got to doing even more personal videos with family. So if you have any clients that you're working with at all, you really want to build good relationships with them. Like, relationship building is so important in this industry. Having a good reputation of being a good person. If you mess up, just take responsibility and do what you need to do to either sometimes refund money to some people because you made a mistake, or offer something else. You never know what will happen with them. You never know who they know. You never know how big they'll get. So you really want to be a good person and build good relationships. So number 3, this is the point of where their business just grew. So as we were working together, and they kept growing and growing until their business got to $1 million business, well, multi-million-dollar business. So they started to get the funds to be able to have a lot of things going on for them throughout the years. Fortunately, I built a good relationship with this client. Once again, relationships are so important. So this came with a lot of hard work and a little bit of luck on both sides. Man, once again, build relationships. That is so important. So number 4, I seen an opportunity and I offered a service. And honestly, they were telling me that they needed me because of the experiences that they had with other videographers. It wasn't the best experience, or it wasn't at least the experience that I gave to them. So they trusted me a lot more with my service, with my turnaround time. So I seen the opportunity and was like, well, how can we make this work for both of us? And that was just a good time for me to offer the service to them. So I took a few days to think about it, and I thought about the idea of being full-time on call. So literally giving this client my all, anytime, anywhere that's needed. So I knew that they can use a lot of content with what they were building, and it was going to take a lot of work for it to happen. So I just offered to be full-time their personal videographer for a year. So this will segue into our number 5. So number 5 is coming up with the price. The price was, pretty extensive because I knew extensive work was going to be needed. And this will also help them so much with their business to continue to grow their personal brand. And I put a lot on the table to offer to them because I felt like one, it was a great opportunity for both of us, a great opportunity for them to grow, for them to be able to share to their big platform and have continuous content whenever they needed it. The price came up to over $170,000 for the year. That was a substantial amount, but at the same time, try to offer as much as you can if that's something that you want to do. Everybody doesn't want to just be stuck with one client for a year. Everybody doesn't want to do that. And sometimes that they may just want to do it for that year. So I stuck to that price for me to do that job and pretty much tell everybody else that I couldn't do work for them because of how busy that I would be. it had to be a substantial amount, especially because of what I actually made the year before doing multiple jobs in the wedding industry. So I was doing a lot of things in the wedding industry, but also doing, other events and other videos. So, I knew that I could even make that amount of money at that time doing my own thing without that particular company. So even with doing video and doing your own editing and building yourself up, you also have to make sure that you don't, overdo it and overbear yourself, and overextend yourself in a way that you won't be able to keep up. So it's just a great idea to, make sure that people see your growth. People see your growth in different areas. Stay a good person. You stay in contact with all of your clients. You think about what you want to do and be a good business person. So I also read a lot of business books and self-help, self-development books as well to build myself up, build all of the traits that I needed to be a good businessman and videographer. So a lot of people that are photographers or videographers kind of don't get into the business side when they really should understand business, understand contract, to be able to have these types of conversations. So that is how I landed a six-figure content retainer client. If that's something that you guys are interested in, by all means, try these things out and see if that'll work for you. It doesn't have to be six figures. It could be something to where even if it's a $40,000 a year client or something like that, offering the service to them within reason of what you can do for them and what do you expect in return. So comment below, guys, if you ever have experience with content retainers or if you just have any questions at all, and I'll respond. Peace.